Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. And while we waiting for the board for the Q7, we're gonna be working on 2009 Volkswagen Tiguan, whatever, with the 2.0 TDI engine. This car came to me because it's going into limp mode, and when it goes into limp mode you need to turn the engine off, turn it back on, and off you go until it goes again. Usually, from my understanding, I haven't drove the car, but from my understanding it only does that under load. Yeah, that's why it does. The car, someone already plugged this car in and had a look at it, and the car is coming up. It's not at the moment. I could easily go for the drive, try to replicate the problem, but basically apparently it's coming up with a turbo issue, a turbo fault. At the moment there is no fault. Someone already deleted the codes. The only faults in there is for the glow plugs, but not really worried with that. So before I go for a drive, which I don't really want to do it, I decided to have a quick inspection, have a quick look, and there is something already that I think it doesn't look right. I might be wrong, but I think that's the way it should work. Basically what I've done, guys, this is the one where the vacuum actuator for the turbo is right at the top, at the back of the engine. And I've disconnected the vacuum hose, the vacuum pipe that goes into the solenoid, into the solenoid. Took it off, applied some vacuum to it, and guess what? There's no vacuum at all. I can't apply vacuum. It just doesn't work. This also is the one that does have a little electrical, whatever that is, right at the top of the actuator. I believe that's a position sensor. I might be wrong. It's a three wire, whatever that is. I strongly believe that's just a sensor, a position sensor. So it's not like a release valve or anything like that that would have to be energized or whatever to make the vacuum to work. I'm going to show you what I've done, providing stops raining a little bit. It's not raining too bad now, so I'm going to show you exactly what I've done, and you will understand. So here we are. So this is the vacuum sort of actuator for the turbo. It does have this little plug here at the top with these three wires. I strongly believe this is a position sensor, nothing else. The vacuum goes in there, is this little hose here, as you can see. And when I apply vacuum to this, there is no vacuum, basically. It doesn't matter what you do, it's just leaking constantly. So I could use my smoke tester to see if there is a leak in there. But I don't think I do need, because I think I should have vacuum here. I should be able to apply vacuum here and make the lever for the turbo to move. That's not happening. It's just constantly leaking. So I do strongly believe that my problem is going to be this actuator here, and that's what I'm going to focus on, to be honest with you. The weather, unfortunately, is not helping out. It is not collaborating, but haha, we took this off. Now, to take this with the turbo in place is an absolutely pitta. Is really difficult. But what I've done, guys, and I'll tell you how I've done. This is pretty much how it sits on the turbo. Whoops. I'm gonna kind of try to explain to you what I've done. So what I've done is, with this in place, I managed to release this top one here. This top nut. This nut is pretty much what it should be. So I know we then need to leave the turbo, obviously, adjusted correctly, but this nut is pretty much at the right position. One more turn, one less turn. I don't think it's going to be, well, it makes difference, but hopefully it will be pretty much what it should be. I couldn't take any measurements anyway with this in place, so I had to take the chance. Anyway, so I've put in there. It's pretty much what it is. So I've released a little bit of the top one, and then I've started to turn the bottom one. But to get through here was not easy. I had to go and buy a set of those S spanners, because it was the only way to get the spanner from the bottom, hold the nut, and then twist this. So I would twist, take the spanner, turn that way, put the spanner, twist, take the spanner, put blah 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 blah. You can only turn a little bit at the beginning. As the nut starts to come down, obviously it gets easier, and as soon as, if you have the same one, which I believe you will, as soon as you get through the thread lock, you can just put your finger and turn it by hand. I put a little bit of oil anyway. So, but what I want you to see, I don't know if you're going to be able to though. Let me get the torch, because I really want to show you this. Okay, I don't know if you can see, right there, on the left hand side of that pink membrane right at the bottom, can you see that crack on the rubber? It's quite good to see now, right at the bottom on that pink membrane. So I don't think that crack should be there, and I think that's what is allowing air to go through, and obviously is what is making this to happen. Another thing that I also see is when I've took this off, there's a plastic sort of protection sleeve here, and that was all shrinked inside, which obviously, because that was broken in there, the vacuum starts to apply onto this thing and starts to pull this in. So it gonna need a new actuator. There's no two ways about it. I just don't know if they sell these separately. If I'm gonna have to get a second hand from eBay, well, a new one from eBay, I would say. I'm gonna try to do my best and see how it goes. Okay guys, and this is gonna be very, very quick, because I need to take the chance, I need to take advantage of the fact that it's not raining at the moment, to put the new actuator. I just went and got one, which comes with the new bolts, comes with the Loctite and all that stuff, and it comes obviously with the new actuator. And what I want to show you is, let me put the phone down so I can show you, is pretty much what I've done on the engine bay, and that's how I quite quick decide not to check anything else, and put all my bets on this actuator. So as I said, I've applied vacuum to this and it didn't move. I'm going to show you. So I have the thing here, and when I apply vacuum, the shaft should expand, and as you can see, the shaft, look, it doesn't really move. Okay, and my gauge still at 0. After I've done this on the car, I came inside, got the maxi seals with the requested pressure, boost pressure, and the actual pressure. Just here, stationary. Rev the engine, like, you know, just gave a few revs to the engine. My requested pressure obviously went up, but the actual pressure didn't. Yes, at this point I could have a bad pressure sensor, but after the vacuum test, I didn't want to go there, because I thought, I was quite convinced that would be my actuator only. And I'm going to show you now on the new actuator what you should see. And if you look to the shaft, as you can see, the shaft expands, comes out. Okay, and you can see my vacuum gauge stays in there, no leaks. So that's how it's supposed to work. Okay, so let's gonna put this back on the car, and hopefully we will have a fix. My nut, as I said earlier, is pretty much where it should be, so I'm not gonna really The new one comes with new brackets, new shields, everything, so I don't need to take anything to bits here. Everything is good. I'm just gonna kind of measure the distance between here, I would say between here and here, but it looks like it's the same shaft. Let me see if it is. Yeah, exactly the same length. So yeah, I'm gonna try it roughly in the same place, and then I'll go for a drive. If everything is good, I will Loctite then this, but I think it's gonna be right. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a tricky one to put it back on, but we have no option. Let's gonna do it. The new actuator, as you can see, is now in place. I ended up by having to take the oil feed pipe, which was a little bit of a nightmare because was seized on the olive nut and was taking the wall was taking the whole thing out, but yeah, we got it done. So so just gonna finish to put everything back on, and we're gonna go for a road test. And I'm just about ready to go for a test drive, for a road test, but before that, I know I didn't show you this before, but pretty much what was happening here, the green line is my actual pressure, and my blue line is the pressure that the ECU requests. Before, the green line would stay pretty much a flat line, it wouldn't change whatsoever. And what I'm going to show you now is that doesn't happen anymore. Obviously, it doesn't reach what the ECU requests because we are stationary. This car, when it's stationary, is limited to 2.5 RPMs. As you can see, it stops in there. It doesn't go any further. But as you can see, my green line, it actually goes up. Look at that. So we're gonna go for a road test. I know there's a spike in there because I just put my foot down, but I don't give chance for the turbo to spool to get to that pressure. But if I keep my foot down, as you can see, my green line actually goes quite above the blue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for a drive test, and hopefully that is in the right place. Let's gonna go just quick through the trouble codes. By the way, and just to clarify something, that little I already thought was that on top of the actuator is actually a position sensor, and we have here a code for that. We're gonna clear this. I haven't switched the engine off, but that's fine. And just one thing I'm gonna quick check. I don't think I do have. Let me see if I have anything documented. Will that be? That's my solenoid. I don't know if I need to learn the new position sensor, and that's what I'm gonna try to figure it out. Hey guys, so that's done. I should have taken you through the procedure. I completely forgot. So as you remember, we're saying error in there before. So all I've done is came to here to basic settings, channel 11. Did I press it again? No, I didn't, because I don't want to do it again. Yeah, that's good. So I just came into here. I was about to do it again. So I just came here, pressed on off, and basically it cycles the vanes from fully open to fully closed, fully open to fully closed a few times. In the meantime, you'll have your glow plug flashing. Once that's done, that just changed to that. It says 100% now rather than error. and that's done. So now I should be able to come out of this, go back to trouble codes, no faults, but that doesn't really matter. And all I'm gonna do now is turn the engine off, turn it back on, and go for a drive, and then I'll get back to you. Okay guys, and I just got back from a road test, and it's driving absolutely perfect. I took some live data just for you to see my turbo, my boost pressure. As you can see, the green line pretty much following the blue line, absolutely spot on. The car is driving fine, absolutely fine. No lights, no nothing is done. So just to recap guys, if you have this, unfortunately I can't show you the fault because I didn't went for a drive, because the fault was already cleared. But if you are having turbo pressure turbo issues, check that first. And yeah, that's pretty much it really guys. You can do these with the turbo in situ, as I've just showed you. I've replaced that without taking the turbo out. It is a little bit tricky, but it's doable. Much less work than if I had to take the turbo out and all that stuff. And pretty much that's it guys, really. What else to say? I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do have, I hope there's some information here guys that you're gonna find it useful. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, any comments, put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.